What up? What up? What up? How we doing? How we doing? Anthony, what up? What up? Joseph Johnson was good. What is good, Joseph Johnson? My man. Jesus, saludos. Y saludos para ti. Kalia, what up? L. Harvey, what up? What is crack a lacking? How we doing this evening? Yes, hit the like button. Listen to Anthony Murchison, my man Anthony. That's how we say Anthony out here in New York. We say Anthony. Well, the Italians say that. I'm not really Italian, but I grew up around a lot of Italians. I'm not really. I'm not Italian at all. Contrary to popular belief. Hit the like button. Listen to him. Listen to him. Listen to him. How are we doing today? How are we doing? We doing good? All right. Word. What up, Dwayne? What up? What up? I think Crawford is fighting Canelo. No. Oh, I don't. Yes. Correct. Correct. You are correct, sir. Ma'am. Excuse me. Nah, they're not fighting. No way. Not gonna happen. Canelo wants nothing to do with that. All risk, no reward. That's what we call Dems fights. All risk, no reward. You know what I'm saying? No way is correct. You are correct. You're correct. Good job. You're correct. Facilio's Pizza. A pizza the pan. Best Vegas boxing venue of all time. Me and my boys were arguing it. It's a weird thing to be arguing. How old are you guys? I don't go to that many fights. I'm gonna start going now that I'm in the business. I don't like any of those fucking venues, man. Honestly, they're all the same shit. The Vegas ones too are all old and dusty. Who do you think would win, Canelo, Crawford, or Hitman? I'll have to go with Crawford. You know, I don't like predicting when the dude's still active, but Hitman just had too many holes in his game and weak chin. 30s. All right. Hey, no judgment. Do you eat healthy or sim? I eat mad healthy, Anthony. Mad healthy. I had a stomach issue about 3 years ago. Long story, but ended up getting this gut SIBO, and then ended up taking this medicine that fucked up, killed all my gut bacteria. I was real fucked up. It fucks you up mentally and physically. While the gut bacteria, anyways. But to fix my gut issues, I had to cut out sugar. I had to eat real healthy, and I stuck to it to this day. I eat almost no sugar. I eat almost no like flour, carby shit that turns into sugar. Yeah. So a lot of fruits, vegetables. I don't even fuck with steak. They say red meat's bad. I fuck with chicken and fish and vegetables and fruits. I do use fake sugar, the sugar alcohol substitute, like erythritol or malitol, those kind of things, because those are not, first of all, they don't rot your teeth like sugar, and they don't spike your glucose. They don't do anything like sugar. The one thing they do, you eat too much of that shit. You see now, even if you go into like CVS, they sell sugar-free like Hershey's. They'll make you fart like crazy if you have too many of them. That's the one thing, because your body doesn't digest the alcohol sugar. It's not fake, it's alcohol sugar. Stevia as well. Stevia is different. Stevia doesn't taste as good, but it's all natural. So I fuck with stevia too. Long explanation. You're welcome. He's like, sorry, I asked. Crawford versus fake Canelo is not a mismatch. Stop with the weight excuse for fake Crawford versus is not a mismatch. It's not a mismatch.
Get the fuck out of here!
Crawford versus Canelo is not a mismatch.
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay. What up, Trey? Best boxing venue I've been to so far is the Hulu Theater. Oh, shit. The one here? Trey, you from here? CHI makes me feel like you're in Chicago. I saw you were punching bags video and you lose. I saw you were punching bags video and you losing your hair. What do you mean? Like the old video? What you talking about? You saw the one from when I was 29 when my hair was like receding? Is that what you're saying? That's when it started going, if that's what you mean. Thanks for bringing that up. Insensitive bastard. Jesus. People just say anything these days. No sensitivity. I'm assuming that's what you meant. He's young though. Guess what, Dwayne? You next. All this shit you got, maybe you got a flat top, whatever the fuck you got, a blowout, whatever you got, that full head of hair you got, you could kiss that shit goodbye because your shit is gonna peace out too. Shit. I love you, Marco. I know. But your shit might peace out too. So I never thought mine would. But man, it's very common with age. I mean, you know. Hearns versus Julian Jackson. That's a good one, Anthony. Hearns versus Julian. Wow. I might have to go with Hearns. They're very similar fighters. You know what I'm saying? Bombs away, tall, chin's questionable-ish, but such hard punchers. That's a great one. That is a great one. Great one. Good job. I enjoyed that. My grandpa's bald. That means I might go bald. It might. They say it's on your mother's side. For me, it was on my mother's side. My grandfather on my mother's side went bald, but honestly, I don't even give a fuck. I went through a brief period of caring, like last year. I was thought about getting the tattoo. You know, you can get my tattoos. It's called micropigmentation. They tattoo it to where it looks like it's like a buzz cut. A lot of dudes have that. So just the hairline's there. It looks like I just buzzed it. So I thought about doing that. But then I was like, what happens if I fall into a coma? This shit just starts growing like this. And this is just dots. It would look fucking crazy. I even looked into the hair transplants in Turkey just for fun. I'm not going to do it. But I never really cared, though. I went through a little period, midlife crisis, maybe about caring about losing my hair. But for the most part, I don't care. My shit was short, as you saw in the video, Dwayne. My shit was short. I always kept it low. Ever since I was about 22, 23, I kept it low. I got rid of the hair before I was balding. LeBron went to Turkey. Yep. So did Tracy McGrady, a bunch of dudes. That's my biggest fear. I'm going bald. But I learned this from the hair transplant. This is a boxing room, so let's not stay too much on this. But take the finasteride and the minoxidil because that actually keeps. If I would have started taking it, I would have kept my shit. Now it has side effects and all that, maybe, but that all you guys who might be balding, as long as your hair is still there, those drugs will reverse it. It'll stop it from falling and thicken it out. But once you're like where I am, where this is just gone, it won't regrow it, but it'll keep what's already there. What a army for like a high percentage of the population. Doesn't work for everybody. Definitely sounds like you cared. Just saying. I did briefly. Now I don't. Live in Maryland. I make frequent trips to NY, Barclay, and Hulu Theater. MSG needs. Yeah, word up. Joke. What's up, Rodriguez? What's up? Where's everybody at? Only 12? We were cooking last night. Remember? Having some laughs. Just telling my wife about that shit. That shit was funny. Trill was funny. Trash Game Dev had me dying. With the whole attractive Ryan thing. I mean, I was talking about that. That shit was funny. What's up, Jimmy? Triple hook. You ready for it? Was good, goat. Was good. You heard anything about Mike yet? Yeah. Yesterday I got the text, I think, with you guys. I heard he's fine. He's resting up. He's fine. He's okay. It was just he didn't tell me. He didn't confirm it was an ulcer, but it was. Oh, word, Army. You weren't following me before? Did you see? Not to brag, Army Mike. Did you see how many views I get? How many followers I got on IG? Million. Millions. I'm slightly worried, but worst comes to worst, I'll just rock a shaved head. What are you gonna do? What's up, PM? Do you like the Creed movies? I like I. You know what I mean? I. Not bad, not good, just I. Humble bragging. Hey man, I'm not like I think I'm the shit. I'm just fucking proud of myself. That's dope. I'm really starting to create a brand. Hopefully I'll get a my goal, guys, is where I can make a full living, support myself, my wife, my 2 kids, support myself off this. Be it on here, be it announcing for ESPN or for whatever other things. That's my goal. When I can make a living, comfortable. I don't need to be a millionaire, none of that. Just a comfortable living. I've made it. Now I know myself, I always keep shooting higher once I'm at a certain goal, but that's my goal. Then I'll be happy. You text Iron, not Mike, his like closest friend, a dude that was in Kevin Rooney's camp, like me, that he grew up with. I text him. Was hella at what? Hagler versus G-Man. G-Man. I mean, excuse me. What am I talking about? Hagler. Hagler over anybody at 60, except Roy. But Roy, I don't look at as a true 160. He only spent a little time there. I didn't like Creed 3. Yeah. The new Max Kellerman. Because we're both, that's racist. Mike, that's racist. Because we're both white? Because we're both white. That's mad racist. That's mad racist. There's no place for this racism. No place for it. Probably Rory. Nah, not Rory. Guy named Tom Patty. I could tell you. You look him up. He's a politician now in California. When you move to Florida, once you open up, I'm not opening up a boxing gym. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way. I already opened up a business. You guys know I have a comedy club, and it made me hate comedy. If I open a boxing gym, when you start putting business into it and money and I'll end up hating it. No fucking way. I owned a business for the last 16 years. I'm still currently owning it. Not doing that shit again. Nope. I don't mind doing my own thing on here, but I would love my dream. Go work for like ESPN. Just get my paycheck, do my job. Don't have to bring that shit home with me. What did I say about Patty? Tom Patty, his name is. Tyson's close friend. What's that, some weird pause thing or something that I'm missing? I don't get it. Yo, my last fight, Army Mike, was against a dude in the Army. Matter of fact, I'll show you. You guys want to see a quick clip of my last amateur fight? You want to see it? It's just a quick clip of me fighting a dude in the Army. Tell me yes or no. Do you want to see it? If you do, we could rock it. Let's see. What's everybody saying? Yes? All right, let's do it. This is me. Last amateur fight ever. The year is 1999, I think. 99 or 98? I think it's 99. I think it's 1999. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait. How do I do this? Video file? Is that how I do it? Fuck, how do I do this? How do I share this fucking thing? Annoying. Share screen. And I'm trying to... Oh, here we go. All right, ready? You guys see this? That's me in the black. Here, I'm coming at him, watch. Body, head. Ooh, clipped him. Here we go. I'm Roy Jones, my shit. Lead hook. Shoot the straight right. Boop. Here we go. That was it. Not bad, right? Do it one more time. I'm in the right. Duck. Hit him with a left hook. Clipped his ass. Waiting on him. I'm stalking him here, as you see. Body, head. No, I had him hurt. See how he's running? I had him hurt. Left hook. He had a black eye after this fight. Boom. Lead right. There we go. That's it. Was it? Not bad, right? Not bad, not bad. My biggest problem. Hold on. I gotta answer this for work. Biggest problem with boxing movies, they're typically unrealistic. Hell yeah, the fight scenes are real unrealistic. Oh, wow. I know him. I'm from Cali. No, I know of him. Who? Tom Patty? Show the clip I just did. Oh, these are old. What's up, stop? Low, what up? Have you seen clips of Tio training for his next fight? He's looking scary. If Claggett stands in front of him. Nah, I haven't seen clips. But you know me, I think Tio will beat anybody if he's on point. Damn, no triple hook? Nah, not on this one. I might have, just not that clips per se. Did you hear about Canelo's next fight in June? Nah, what about it? Young Marco still developing, I see. Damn! Did you just insult me? In my own shit? You insulted me? I mean, you're right. Actually, maybe instead of taking it like a little bitch, I should give you props because you're right. You see the difference between probably the other clips you've seen of me, and then I'm obviously still an amateur. But at that point, I've been doing it fucking 8 years at that point. I've already been boxing 8 years at that point. You believe that? I sent you that link you was asking for. Which one, Low? I don't know what you're talking about. Canelo not fighting in June. Canelo dropping the IBF belt instead of fighting Skull. Who cares? You know what I think about that? I think
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
that's what I think about that. Give a shit. I want to see. You know what I'm excited for? The Wilder fight. I'm curious if Wilder's going to come in. Oh yeah, I already got. Appreciate you, Low. I actually applied for it. I didn't get a link to apply for it from you, but I got. I'm cool with a guy who works at actually Kevin Rooney Jr. The son of Kevin Rooney was my trainer. Works at Matchroom, so he hooked me up. I applied directly for the press passes. Trying to get one for wifey too, to be a camera woman. You gonna be at that fight, Low? You gonna be in Philly? No more undisputed for Benavidez. Why? Why do you say that, Mike? All right, me too. I mean, most likely, if I get approved. If I don't get approved, fuck it. We might even come in and do some of the press events there, depending. Maybe drop the kids at grandma's and me and my wifey stay out in Philly for like 1 or 2 nights. Some we might do that. Word up. I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit. Low, if you want to jump in. Take some callers. Smash that like button. Listen to this mother lover. Glenn Johnson said in an interview that Roy never got drug tested in that fight. Let me tell you something. Glenn Johnson said Roy never got drug tested. He said that Roy never got drug tested.
Get the fuck out of here!
Glenn Johnson himself, and I was told by Montel Griffin, you could pull it up. It's on my YouTube. It's on my videos. Montel's my boy person. I met him in person. I know him. Good dude. He told me that Glenn Johnson juiced, especially in the fight against him. Pot calling the kettle black, or however that saying goes. Tea kettle calling the whatever. Dude being full of shit. You already got your ticket? All right. Saludos. Is that boots undercard good? I don't think. Is it Low? I don't know. It's messed up that Canelo isn't giving another Mexican chance to shine. I mean, half Mexican, dude's American, so he's good old-fashioned American. Canelo versus William Skull purse bids. Who's Skull? William Skull. Who is that? don't even fucking know who that is. Who is that? I didn't check the card. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Yo no sé. Yo no sé. Let's see how many likes we got up in this piece. 16, 17. All right, let's pump it up. Let's pump the likes up. All right, let's get my man Low in here, or whoever wants to join. Band up. What up? What up, papi chulo? Pause. Sorry, that just came out. It's a New York thing. Hold on, let me get you guys a mix. Call in. Boom. Pin it. Good to go. Band up. What up? What up? What up? Band up. I want Canelo versus Bud. I do too, but it's not going to happen. Thundercard hasn't been announced. He fought Canelo, beat my boy from New Orleans. James. What's up? What's up? What's up? Mark, what's crack-a-lackin'? That's exactly why Nelo's vacating. No one knows Skull. There we go. Wilder fight on ESPN or DAZN? I don't know. Great question. That's in Saudi, right? Where's Saudi been airing? They've been airing on DAZN, right? I believe Roy was on steroids the whole prime of his career. Word?
I smoke rocks. I smoke rocks.
I think you.
I smoke rocks.
And
Get the fuck out of here!
that bullshit. Peter Jones. Oh, he's back. Peter Jones. What up, Lo? I never seen any fighter fall as fast as Roy Jones. He looking brilliant when he beat Ruiz for the heavyweight title, but was all downhill after. It was very strange. Yeah, he says, "What up, Bea?"
What's good with you, Marco?
Chilling. He said, Roy said that it was the weight loss, but people forget Roy was 35, 36, and had been fighting since he was like 8 years old. So he had a lot of mileage on him. But yeah, that was a very, very quick drop, especially from somebody who couldn't even be touched. What's going on?
You got to explain to me why won't we get that fight, Marco?
Which one?
The Bud and Canelo.
High risk, low reward in Canelo's eyes.
You don't think there's ever going to be a point where Turkey can offer him enough money to do that?
No, because I think he just did. You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo, I mean, think of it. Put yourself in Canelo's shoes, right? Let's say you have this legendary career. You got a whole country like that. They think you're a god, and you're coming to the end of your career. You just went up. You fought a dude bigger than you who you lost to. So now you kind of, and you already just lost. People thought you were invincible, and people already criticize you. And then this guy comes around like Bud, who looks amazing, but is so much smaller. Would you really risk fighting totally out of your weight class and you win? People say, well, he's bigger. Stupid fight. Canelo's a duck. You lose? Oh, what a sucker. He sucks. He can't fight. Would you do it?
I get why you wouldn't do it. I get why he wouldn't do it. I just thought they would at least bring him enough money for him to not be able to say no. Because I understand I mean, they could say he's too small or whatever. But at the same time, he's been ducking Benavidez for so long. I didn't see why not. So I don't really see him taking that fight. Honestly, don't.
It's not always about money, especially when you're at his level and you have so much of it. You start focusing more on legacy. And I think that's what he's doing. It's about legacy for him. You know what I mean? Like, how many more M's can you stack up at a certain point? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I mean, it depends. You got people like Mayweather, who I think, by the way, has money problems. I've always thought that. Or when he fought Logan Paul, I was like, that's for the money, you know. And he had IRS problems. I forget which fight it was. Like, it was public. I'm like, wow. Like, when you owe the IRS $3-4 million, you know how much money you're accruing in penalties? That's not just some little thing. Like, oh, who cares? I'll get to it later. You're losing a lot of money in penalties.
And didn't you just get stuck in Dubai?
That's what they say. That's what they're saying. It seems like it. Like, it was weird how he was going live on other people's accounts, and like he never does that.
Yeah. He always tell people first. Oh, I got somebody else to run my media. He's
Right.
quick to say that.
I mean, he might, but like you don't have your own login. That's weird. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I do find that problematic. As far as this Wilder fight, bro, Wilder, everything's gonna be predicated off of how he is gonna be predicated in the first 30 seconds. We're gonna find out in the first 30 seconds to a minute if Wilder's the same Wilder. And why I say that, because I don't know if I told if you heard me my breakdown of this, but real quick breakdown. I think that Deontay Wilder's career changed the second fight with Tyson Fury, second knockdown. When he got up and he got knocked down and he looked at Fury and his ear was busted. That was that right there was the moment Deontay Wilder had never been the same. You look at him at the fight with Fury before that. You look at him going into that fight, that second fight, how he went in. You look at how he approached Dominic Breazeale. He was never really scared of what was coming back. Since then, since that punch, he's been scared of going back. Even with the Hellenius, bro, that was kind of a flat, you know what I mean, a weirder knockout. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a classic Deontay Wilder knockout. You know what I mean?
It almost pump faked us to thinking he's still the same person.
Exactly.
He was circling that whole time too.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I got a feeling. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lo.
No, I was gonna say, man. I got a feeling Deontay Wilder is gonna knock this dude out inside 4 rounds. As crazy as it seems.
I hope so, bro. I hope so too.
It's not crazy.
And I'm not even a Wilder fan. Here's my thing: the guy Zhang is right there to get hit. He's not slick. He's not defensive. He's nothing like Joseph Parker. He's big. He's in the slug with Wilder. I think Wilder's gonna get the shot off first. He's faster. As long as he goes in there to fight, he goes there to land that right hand. That guy's gonna be right there to get hit. The guy got dropped by Joseph Parker. I'm predicting Deontay Wilder is gonna knock him out. Highlight reel. Big body's gonna drop to the ground inside 3-4 rounds, the most. That's how I see it.
Parker dropped him? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he dropped him or he rocked him or something like that. But he did hurt him.
He caught him. I don't think he dropped him. He caught him in the ropes.
Yeah, he hurt him. But Wilder hurts you. It's over.
The thing about it is, I put it this way. Honestly, it's just about how he approaches, how his mindset is, what his mindset is, what he's scared of, if he's scared of hits coming back, and what he wants to do. Because outside of, honestly, I really believe if Wilder went back to the same Wilder or same aggression at least, he's still the best fighter outside of Tyson Fury. I just think Tyson Fury had that weight advantage to put it on him. I think if you rematch with Joseph Parker, whatever the case may be, and with the same Wilder, yeah, he would knock him out.
That's why I was so surprised that Fury didn't employ that same weight, size advantage game plan against Usyk that he did against Wilder. But I think we're going to see a carbon copy in the rematch because remember the first fight, Fury danced, got caught. It was a close fight. I mean, everybody thought Fury won, and in the rematch, he's like, "All right, no dancing, front foot." And I think we might see that now.
I think Wilder's legs. He has skinny legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, comically skinny.
Yeah, so you can only hold up so much. You know what I mean? I don't think Usyk's legs are that small, so I think he does got a little bit more stature base to him. You know what I mean? For Tyson Knight to be able to do that, but he could try that. He could try to put on 280 like he did the first fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
And try to really, go in with him. I think he danced that first fight because he didn't believe in Wilder's power. And then Wilder woke his ass up. You know what I mean? Make him turn like the Undertaker and caught him with that left at the end.
I don't know. You know what I mean? It's weird. I think it might have been the opposite. I thought he was worried about the power, so he wanted to stay away. But
yep.
I just think Fury took more risk in that first one than he ever would have took going forward in the second and third fight.
Really? I thought he took less risk. Well, when you're boxing, when you're staying away from somebody, that's less risk than engaging, going forward, engaging. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like why I say it's less risk because I feel like Deontay Wilder, his power. I mean, I guess yes, you can catch short. You know what I mean, in the midst of throwing, but his power is really at the end of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you know what I mean, when Fury was in there moving his feet, you know what I mean. At certain times when you're moving your feet and another person's moving their feet, you can't be at the end of a punch. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by risk. I feel like in those second fights, the fact that I'm going towards you, you know what I mean? I know what you're doing, but I'm not going to let you build this up. I'm not going to let you get that end of the punch clean. If you can catch me in the middle, try to catch me in the middle, which is what he did. And when he caught him on top of the head and made it the whole shockwaves go through his body, you know what I mean? That was kind of a middle, you know what I mean, end punch. It wasn't at the end of his, you know what I mean, end of the reach. You know what I mean? Compared to how that last one was. You remember that first fight? And then he threw that left, you know what I mean? That shocking left, you know what I mean? That was at the end of his punch. He didn't, Tyson Fury's like, I'm not going to stay at the end of his punches. We're going to come in. And if he can get me then, we're going to get me then. But by that time, it was too late.
That's funny you bring that up. Those of you who've seen in the third fight when the first punch that Wilder lands that ends up dropping Fury, you literally see the energy go through his body, like shaking that. I guess that shit.
It's like you seen all the blubber. You seen all the blubber like vibrate.
Yeah,
it's that.
You see him like a like almost like a superhero movie, like the energy.
Yeah, that's literally power. Like the G-force of that just through the top of his head.
Shot all the way down.
That's why I'm picking him to win, man. I can't see him missing. I cannot see him missing that shot.
But no, if he doesn't throw it,
exactly,
he can't do any damage.
That's what I'm saying. Of course, he has to.
Look at how many. Look at how many times. It's a quick video too. Look how many times he shot that fist to Dominic Brazili. The fight right before Tyson Fury. Look at how many times he really, even if he was missing, he was still shooting that thing, still shooting it out the guy. He don't even shoot it no more. He wasn't even shooting it at JoJo. He wasn't shooting at Alanius.
Yep. What the fuck does this mean? Like his twerks? Ew.
For the sake of the heavyweight division, it's going to shake up the heavyweight division if he wins. It's going to make the heavyweight division more exciting right now because, you know, the heavyweight division is not really the best division in boxing. It's been dead for years. There's only been maybe 2 or 3 guys that's good there, in my opinion. And if Wilder can come back to being Wilder, he puts himself back in there. Now we can talk about Wilder versus AJ while Fury's having his rematch with Usyk.
Hey, if Wilder come back to Wilder, AJ's gonna run again, man. AJ only want to fight because he see Wilder at the same Wilder. That man did everything he could to stay away from Wilder when they was both at the top of their games and everybody held them belts. AJ is out of pocket, bro. And I still believe, even at this current state, I think Wilder will wake him up. I think AJ will piss Wilder off to get him ready for a fight, and he might just go in there swing.
You know, I agree with you.
I would love to see Wilder win now, and then AJ and Wilder square off, and then the winner gets whatever happens with Fury and Usyk. Unless it's AJ, because who wants to see AJ and Usyk 3?
Yeah,
I give AJ a lot of credit. He bounced back from his losses.
Nah, but that might have to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm excited for the fight. I feel like we might end up getting a real snooze fest if they both, because, you know, Zhang stops throwing punches after like the second round. And, you know, Wilder didn't throw any. Like, what if they both come in as doing what they did in both their last fights? Then what do we do with that?
Man, bro, that's going to piss me off, bro. It really is. I cannot take any more words of Deontay Wilder if he does not snap back into that old Wilder that he's talking about.
He's a little delusional too. Like, you know,
and it's confusing the fans. It's confusing us.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like, I want an American heavyweight, man. That'd be great, but you gotta throw punches, man. Throw them.
Shoot that. You can't be scared of what's coming back. You gotta approach it. You gotta have that same approach. I don't know.
Bivol's on the undercard. It was supposed to be Beterbiev and Bivol, remember? But so they got him a replacement. Do you guys know much about who the replacement is?
Mm-hmm.
No? Lo, you know who it is?
No. I got a question for you guys. It's off topic as far as a different fight.
Go ahead.
How are you guys planning on watching the June 15th? We got two fights. Two of the best divisions in boxing. You got Javante at 135 against Frank Martin, and we got Subriel Matias in the Glamour division at 140 the same night. How you guys plan on watching both fights at the same time?
I mean, obviously Tank takes precedent.
Exactly. I don't even care, honestly, to care too much about Subriel.
Yeah, Subriel, like, I want to see the replay, but yeah, I'm watching Tank.
For sure. I gotta see Tank go against somebody black.
In a situation like that, when it's two fights that I want to see, because believe it or not, I think the Subriel fight is going to be more action based on the styles. Liam Parrow is not a slouch. The guy can punch. Subriel Matias is right there, and we know what he does. It's going to be a good fight. Whenever there's two good cards, two good fights on the same night, I want to watch. that's when I have to go out to a sports bar, man. That's why I brought that up because
We'll see.
I'm,
And we're
actually,
gonna be
I'm going to a sports bar in
Casino.
Jersey.
Yeah, I don't know how it is out there, but I'm in Seattle. You know what I mean? So I go up to the little reservation to the casino sometime, and they got everything. You know what I mean? There.
I love
Yeah,
Seattle.
there's a good
man.
sports bar.
Went to Seattle once back in the day. I love Seattle. It's dope. It's the only place that kind of it looks like a mix of East and West Coast combined. Like
Right.
kinda both flavors to it. I like it. Yeah, man. And then when is that? When's the Boots
June
fight?
15th.
It's June 15th.
Boots? No. Boots
July.
is July 13th. Yeah, I'm going out
Yeah.
there live. I already
We're
got
gonna be
tickets
up
just
in
in
that.
case I don't get credentials.
Yeah. We're gonna be up in that. And then what else we got coming up?
You're gonna be
Shakur.
you're gonna be in California for the Bud fight on the third or on the third.
Probably not.
All right.
Unless I get flown out by somebody. Nah, I don't think so. I
we
think
got good fights coming
Yeah.
up June, man.
yeah.
We got Tiafimo and Claggett. That's gonna be, I see that fight being one-sided, but it's gonna be exciting because Tio's gonna have somebody right there for him, and he's gonna do what he does. Then we got
Just
Shakur
Claggett.
shortly after.
Claggett doesn't stand a chance in hell, does he?
I watched him fight. What I will say about Claggett, he's strong. The guy got a motor. He comes forward. He throws a lot of punches. He actually beat the heck out of the guy that Keyshawn Davis is about to fight. Of course, Tio is levels above him, and I've been watching clips of Tiafimo's training lately that he's been posting. The guy looks like he's in dog shit, man. Like I haven't seen nobody train like him since Floyd Mayweather. He's training with a vest on and everything. out on the
Yeah, I
beach.
saw that running right.
Yeah, and all that. I think if Tio takes him seriously, which I believe he is, he should have a great performance. He got a guy that's going to be right in his wheelhouse. He could do all his catch and shoot, counter punches. Hopefully, get a highlight reel knockout, and then get a big fight with somebody after that.
Yeah, I talked to his pops. I forget when it was, maybe like a month ago. He was on one that night, but I like Tio Senior though. He's cool, but yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
Sipping the syrup a little bit.
Question, Marco.
Yo,
Yeah.
What do you think? What you think about this Arrow and Sebastian possibly being mandated for Bud and the winner of Bud and Majimov next?
Well, let's say Arrow wins, right? Let's say Bud wins. Is that really going to happen?
That's what I want to know. What you think? You think he's going to jump in that tank again?
I don't think he. I mean, if Arrow dominates, right, lays home, like fucks him up, he might get a little gassed. He might be like, okay, let me get my get. He might change his tune. It might happen.
Different trainers too. He don't got Derek James no more.
Look, trainers help, right? But when you're at that level, when you've been doing it that long, and you're at that level, really, it's not the biggest deal if you get another trainer. A lot of it, not even a lot, the majority of it is you. So I'm not really worried about that. I haven't really seen dudes fall apart when they lose a trainer. I mean, it happens, but overall, I don't think that's like his source of his energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
thought, and me personally, I just thought Derek James was never given Terrence Crawford much of a shot. So I thought it wasn't. It was, of course, it was Arrow's performance, but I thought it was part of Derek James' planning too, because you keep the whole time leading up, all Derek James. I was looking to see if Derek James would say anything that that could give me hope or give me doubt that Arrow could do something. All he kept saying was athleticism. Oh, that's just athleticism. Bro, what are you gonna do with the athleticism? Right. You know what I mean? Derek was never given that. That confidence that it was athleticism. So I thought it was also Derek too.
It just shows you, man. You're with this guy your whole career for like whatever it's been, and then they just split like that. Like that's crazy. That's like a breakup in a way. You know what I mean? Like that can't be easy.
Yeah, I don't think it is easy, honestly.
Nah, man. And like what the fuck?
And I also think that renders why Arrow's played quiet for 6 months.
Yeah, because you would think like when you have such a tight relationship with somebody, like you talk. It doesn't need to go to all this. Just talk it out. But
and Derek never said Arrow was we planning or we getting back or nothing like that. Even when Arrow was going live, Derek still never was like, oh yeah, we planning and we, you know what I mean? It was all Arrow just coming back saying these things.
Yeah.
And then it came out them guys split.
Yeah, well, Derek is. I know him personally. He's a very kind of quiet, reserved dude. Very, so I could see that he seems like maybe the kind of guy who wouldn't even say anything, maybe, and just kind of just get mad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe mad in the inside. I don't know. I don't know him that well, but I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry,
because he got his ass whooped. He was quiet before that. Get out of here. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's exciting to see. Who else is on the card Saturday? Because it's one of those Saudi cards, right? With like 4 or 5 decent fights. Is that the one with Ruiz and Big Baby Miller? Is that Saturday? No.
I think so. I think no. Wait, yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can look it up.
No.
Let me look it up.
Ruiz and Big Baby Miller, if I'm not correct, is on the Bud Crawford card. I might be wrong. I'm just
Big Baby Miller just
that card is loaded with so many names, dog.
Big Baby Miller.
Champ, what's your name?
One of my posts, huh? Say again.
I don't see the gentleman that's on the chat with us. What's his name? Because I'm not looking at my phone right now.
Banda.
What's going on?
Banda.
Pleasure to meet you. What's going on,
what's
man?
good? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man? How long you been watching boxing?
Honestly, to be real with you, I tell everybody I haven't been following boxing too long. My first ever fight ever watching was Floyd and Shane Mosley.
All right. The reason why I'm asking you this, I'm asking you this because I know the card that we're talking about, the Bud Crawford card, is a loaded card, man. And when I was growing up, I was used to watching cards like that on the regular. When Don King was the man, me and Marco was talking about it last time we was chopping it up. Go back and watch like old Don King cards, like when Chavez was around in his prime, when Trinidad, those guys. Don King had cards, but you would have 4 championship fights. You would have 2 or 3 guys on the card that were pound for pound fighters. And I'm not talking about showcase fights. I'm talking about legit, like competitive championship fights, all on undercards, bro.
I wonder if it was they either had more money then, because now I think they're just trying to be cheap. Like they only have enough money to pay one big, pair than the rest. So I wonder if they had more money then, or maybe if boxing was just more popular back then. So they were generating. I don't know what it is, but you're right, Lo. Like the cards now, you very rarely, besides before Turkey came involved, you didn't see a stacked card. You get 1 fight, if you're lucky, 2 that are good.
Yeah, it's like what we said before.
Why is that though? Why? What made it change?
They might have been getting paid less money also, so it was more affordable to pay those guys less. According to now, everybody wants $4 or $5 million. I don't know how much they were getting paid. I don't know if it was less or, like Marco said, it was more, but it was different because, like right now, you got 2 fights, two pound for pound guys on 2 different cards against, I hate to say it, lower level opposition. The Teofimo and the Shakur fights that are separate, those 2, that should be a doubleheader, bro. That's a showcase between 2 guys that are pound for pound fighters that are coming off of not their best performances. That's a perfect doubleheader right there, man. I don't know why, but people want to be cheap. They want to make money off one card and make money off the other card. And that's the East Coast doubleheader right there.
I feel like so question with that being said, because I also pay attention to UFC. So take it from the UFC, they have big cards all the time, but their fighters don't get paid that much. So which one is the better way to go? Paying somebody or having somebody get their money and not having these fights all the time, or having great fights as a company but not getting this money?
Well, I mean, obviously for the company it's terrific. For the fighters it's not. For the fans it's terrific. Just the fighters are the ones risking their lives and getting fucked. But it's hard to tell. But having a company, there's a lot of benefits too. You know what I'm saying? One belt, all the rules. There's one set of rules. Everybody has to follow them. They get enforced. Dudes get, I don't know if those guys get health benefits or whatever, but I'm assuming they probably do. They get something, so there are some, because that's another reason, like those companies also can't afford to pay as much because they're doing things like that, like providing health insurance. They're running it like a real business, which has an overhead. What boxing is, this Lord of the Flies, every man for himself, martial's law type shit. It's not like that.
Yo, Marco, a guy in the chat, I want to answer him. He said, his name is
Stop motion, yeah.
Stop Motion. He said, I think Don knew how to keep the people entertained. Stop Motion. Let me tell you what Don King used to do. During his card, right? Let's say after the third fight, right before the main event, Don King would go in the ring and start promoting this very next card. That's what he was doing. I remember that. There was one card, and right before the main event, he was in the ring. He was like, "Oh, only made in America. We got a great fight coming up next month. We got Felix Trinidad versus such and such, and then we got a magnificent card. We got Terry Norris versus Simon Brown." Like, just an example. He was doing stuff like that during his actual card. So yes, Don King was the best. I don't care what anybody says. I wish Don King was back in power. I wish he would have a stable of fighters because he would know how to put up, you know what I'm saying, real good quality cards, bro.
Damn, yeah.
Get that man a network deal, bro. Put him on bring HBO boxing back. Put Don King there and have everybody on HBO. That'd be great.
MMA fighters don't get health benefits. I think I've heard that too. Well, then they definitely don't get a pension. There's still benefits to having something, run under one umbrella. I don't know enough about MMA. I don't know if Dana White runs it well, but maybe he doesn't. Who the fuck
I'm gonna
knows?
just tell you everything gets ran through Dana. What Dana says goes.
Yeah.
I don't care, and I don't care how many videos he would say, "Oh, I gotta ask this person." No, you don't, bro. Everything. Hey, I take it from somebody to know. Dana, it's all Dana.
Yeah.
He wants you to get paid. You get paid. You know what I mean? Certain stars get. Think about it this way: you got a guy, you know what I mean, and John Jones, you know what I mean, has never lost, which is the greatest UFC fighter of all time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? His highest payday was like 1 to 3 mil or whatever. You got Conor made 5 twice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crazy.
And he hadn't even been in the sport, you know what I mean, as long as John.
Wow. Hold it down for me for a second, Lo. I'll be right back. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Got you. You got it there. I want to talk to the chat.
Yes, sir.
To the chat. Mr. Lightning, he said, whoever switches the channel from Tank to watch Matias will probably miss the KO and regret it. Mr. Lightning, both guys are knockout artists. I believe Tank Davis is more of a one-punch knockout artist than Subriel Matias. But as devastating as a puncher Tank is, Tank doesn't knock people out in the early rounds. He's not Mike Tyson where he knocks you out in 1 round. Tank usually knocks his guys out after 7 or 8 rounds for the most part. So I don't really think we're going to miss much. I really believe the Matias fight is going to be more competitive as far as exchanges and stuff like that. But Frank Martin is not going to be a walk in the park for Tank. The guy's slick. He got boxing skills.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to be some one-punch knockout. He's going to go in there and blow him out. Tank didn't blow out everybody else. He ain't going to blow out Frank Martin in those 3 rounds.
I don't know if he'll blow him out, but I think it might be a one-punch knockout. It might take some time to set that up and get to that point, but it might happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it can happen, but I don't see it happening early.
I think this is going to be after the 4th round. It's all she is. You know what I mean? Everybody's throwing it. After the 3rd or 4th round, it's going to be nothing but fireworks. I think both these guys are coming in here to throw. Because I think if Tank plays around, Martin's going to catch him.
I don't think Tank's going to play around.
I mean, that fight should have been T.O. fighting him, but whatever. Or even Haney.
Fighting who?
Tank should have been fighting T.O. in this fight.
I don't think T.O.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely Shakur. I think Shakur should have taken a step in there.
Yeah,
I would definitely take a Shakur over T.O.
Yeah, I mean they could all fight each other, but the problem.
I mean at 135. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say the problem is Tank calls the shots. He's the money fight, and he's the one who doesn't want to go past 35. So, and I don't blame him. He's 5'5". Like he's not a tall dude. So how much weight, you know what I'm saying? He wants to do what he's comfortable at, and he is the money. So people have to kind of do what he says. I guarantee you though, I think if he offered T.O. a fight or Haney, they probably would have went to 35 to fight him. Maybe. I don't know.
Especially Haney now.
No more.
Well,
T.O. said he won't go to 135. And Devin Haney's not going to 135 neither. I got a question. Now you mentioned him. Which one out of all those guys will be the biggest fight for Tank, money-wise, pay-per-view between T.O., Devin, and you think Shakur?
Nah, I think T.O.
You think T.O. over Shakur?
Oh, yeah. T.O.
Hell yeah. You can sell that fight off the highlights. Shit.
Tio's way more exciting. Tio's more accomplished. Shakur just might be, like, for a boxing fan, might be the harder fight in some people's eyes, but like marketing wise and revenue wise, I think Tio probably by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a green print, man. That's a Latino versus an African American fighter. And on top of that, those are two explosive guys that you can go back and forth and show highlights of Tio and Tank putting guys to sleep. You can't do that with Tank and Shakur. Shakur is one of my favorite fighters. At 135, Shakur is the guy to Tank. At 140, overall period, from 140 to 135, Tio's his biggest fight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Shakur to me is great fighter, but I find him lackluster. Watching him isn't, doesn't really float my boat.
I would like to see that chess match. I definitely would. I'm starting to see. From what I'm hearing, I don't think Shakur's a sell like that.
This one, Peter, I agree with you. Now Loma has just got rejuvenated, got hit with a fucking Energizer battery up his ass, and so now we want to see him fight again because he looked so good his last fight.
Marco Shakur, in my opinion, could have been bigger right now. That last fight messed it up for his momentum. You know what I'm saying? If he would have tapped in, another thing, and I'm not trying to make it about race, but it is what it is. It's a tribal sport. And that fight has potential to be a green print. If Shakur Stevenson would have tapped in more into his Puerto Rican side, because we support our fighters like no other. The only ones that could support fighters like us are Mexicans and guys from the UK. Like we don't throw our fighters away.
But do you, as a Puerto Rican, isn't there something to be said about a dude who's only half?
No, Shakur Stevenson's Puerto Rican. His father's Puerto Rican. That's like telling Michael B. Jordan in the movie Creed, you can't use the last name, but his father's Apollo. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have. Go ahead.
So you look at it like that. Yeah,
Shakur Stevenson's Puerto Rican. He doesn't have to go out there and overdo it. Because if you're going out there overdoing it, now you're going out there and doing the side and everything.
Does the same thing hold true? Band up. Does the same thing hold true for a half black fighter? Do you think he's embraced by black people as like he's a black fighter?
He's a black fighter, of course he is.
Yeah. I'm not trying to throw any. Do we know? Yeah, is Tank full black?
He is.
Okay, I'm just curious.
He's obviously light, but he's
light skin. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? We rock with it. I mean, if they put it this way, if you have any black in you and you really, embrace your black side, you know what I mean? We rock with you. You know what I mean? Just don't, you know what I mean? But there are those black people that are just, that are my, my black, or even darker than me, that will be completely whitewashed.
And you don't see Mexicans embracing Benavidez for some reason, right? I don't really see that. Do you?
I mean, definitely not as big as their beloved Canelo.
But not even he's not.
Not even.
He's half, and he's from here. I mean, his pops is like from Mexico, but
they definitely know who he is, though. You know what I mean? If you mention Benavidez to any Mexican, they know who he is. Especially in Seattle, his gym's out here and everything.
Tank is not African American; he's Native American. Maybe he has some Native in him. I don't know.
No, I know what he's trying to say. The thing with Shakur right now, like I said, if Shakur would have tapped into it more, he doesn't have to go out there and just act super Puerto Rican, because we know that culture-wise, Shakur grew up more in African American culture. But the fact that he acknowledged that he's Puerto Rican, that's good enough right there. Wear the flag, come out with the flag, stuff like that. They're going to support him more. We're going to support him even more. And that will make the Tank fight even bigger. But being that he had that performance with Edwin De Los Santos, a lot of people, a lot of fans, look at him different. I don't, because I've seen some great fighters have lackluster performances. I'm not one to throw my favorite fighters away. Shakur's still one of my favorite fighters. But
I think it's
with
what
Shakur,
culture you were raised in. Marco was black to me. Thank you, PM. Appreciate it. Yeah, I guess it is what culture you're raised in, right? That's who embraces you. Go to Spanish. Yeah, man. PM Marco's black. What the fuck? He's kidding. All right, peace out. I gotta go to school. All right, my man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The classic shit used to be the Mexicans versus the Puerto Ricans. Those fights were huge. De La Hoya, Trinidad, Chavez, Camacho, those fights really garnered a lot of cultural support for each fighter. Mexicans love David in the West Coast. They do at least. Okay. Although where's David from again? Phoenix. Yeah, okay. Shakur will be a free agent after this next fight. If he puts up the same performance, I don't know if any promoter will want to work with him. Nah. I mean, if he's winning, Igor, he's winning. I think people just give a shit if he's winning for the most part. Granted, exciting, impressive performances are preferred, but wins are what really count, I think. I don't know. But his hand was hurt his last fight. There's no way he's never looked like that boring before, ever. You know what I mean? Shakur fights put me to sleep. Yep. Well, the last one specifically.
I think Shakur is more exciting than Devin Haney, man.
I don't know. They both, like the Devin Loma fight is a fight where on paper, both guys were exchanging, right? They were exchanging the whole fight, but it just wasn't exciting to me. Why? In my opinion, because you knew from the second round, I knew that nobody's going to knock anybody down. None of those guys were even going to hurt each other. Neither of them had the power to do it to each other.
Loma hurt him though. Loma buckled him with that right hook later in the later rounds.
I mean, maybe, but it was definitely was nothing serious, and it was nothing where you thought for a second he might go down. I don't even remember that, so it couldn't have been that.
I thought that.
You cutting out, Lo. All right, we lost you. We lost you.
You still got me, Marco. I'm here.
All right, bet.
You don't see me? I'm here.
Oh yeah, we got you.
You got me? All right, good.
I hear you now. Yeah, we lost you for a second. What were you saying?
No, what I said was Lomachenko and Devin Haney. For me, that was a high-speed chess match. To me, that was the best fight of 2023, man. Not everything got to be God Award. Those guys showed a lot of skill. Yeah. They were very reactive. They showed a lot of reflexes. They were reacting right away fast with nice counter punches. I liked that fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Yo, did you see my Ike Ibiabuchi video today?
Yes.
I hope you appreciated it.
I've been on platforms today. I was just on with Marty.
We still haven't heard that same Marco on TBV.
I know.
The most intimidating fighter in boxing. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed making that video, because I interviewed him too. I was able to put in a little bit of interview in the video. It brings you back to like the golden era when Ibiabuchi legitimately could have beaten every heavyweight or so it appeared at that point. Am I wrong?
He was good. I'm not going to say beating every heavyweight because, we got Leonard Lewis.
You're telling me that at the time you didn't think he had a great shot?
I thought he was a killer. I thought he was no joke.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he was good. He was very good.
Band up. Do you know who I'm talking about? You ever watch Ibiabuchi fight?
I have no idea who that is. That's the name I've never heard.
He was a Nigerian born heavyweight. You didn't see my video today, I assume. Try and see the video. I mean, that sums it up. But he was a killer. Everybody was scared of him. He ended up going to jail. He was 20-0, and he went to jail for 20 years, and he just never fought again.
I thought James Toney fought him.
Nope. No. You're thinking of Razor Ruddock.
No, not Razor Ruddock. He fought Razor Ruddock recently. I'm talking about who was the big heavyweight that he had like a trilogy? He fought 2 times or 3 times. He was a big puncher.
He fought Tua once, which they shattered the record of punches thrown for heavyweight bouts.
James Toney fought Tua?
No, Ibiabuchi fought Tua, and that shattered the record. There was They combined landed 1,730 punches in a 12-round fight, which is a record for any heavyweight fight. James Toney did not fight Tua or Ibiabuchi. You're thinking of Sam Peter. Yeah, stop motion's right. Yeah, another Nigerian. So you mixed up your Nigerians. James Toney fought Sam Peter 2 times. Good job, stop motion. Stop motion. You know what? I might have to apologize of accusing you of cheating all the time because, my man, you are and I might have to take it back. Good shit. Damn, he's only 15. This kid, you know that stop motion.
That's crazy.
He's 15. Now you look. How old are you, man? You look pretty young.
I'm 27, about to be 28.
Damn, I don't know what you're eating. You look young as shit. Good for you. Look, talking about Sam Peter. Yes, it was Sam Peter for sure. My ex podcast partner Jeremy Williams fought Sam Peter, and unfortunately, one of the biggest highlights on YouTube with Sam Peter is Jeremy getting knocked out by Sam Peter. Marco, I heard some of your responses to my remark about Tank being Native American. I would love to school you more on this because most of America gets this wrong all the time, ignoring Black Indians. Okay, I don't ignore it. I just don't know shit about it. But be my guest. Tell us. IB Abuchi, you should, when you have a second man up, you should try and watch some of his fights. He had the total package as a fighter. He could box, he could punch, a counter punch, everything. Had a chin. I didn't mention that he had a chin in the video. I should have. I only got a minute and a half. So, great fighter. And he went to jail for, weirdly enough, raping a prostitute. Yeah. Raping.
That's crazy, Marco. I start seeing some of your videos on YouTube. Come in now, YouTube. YouTube. On Facebook now.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the shorts? Yeah.
I'm uploading on all platforms. I'm starting to get a lot of views. I mean, Instagram is by far the most. I'm getting millions, but I'm starting to get a lot of views on TikTok and on Facebook now.
Bro, because the way the energy you have when your voice, it makes people, as soon as they click in, they be like, oh shit, what the hell are you talking about? And of course I know you know, and I know you, and I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's especially Facebook is the biggest you got casuals.
Is it? Yeah, but those fuckers
I'm telling you, for a dude that is fresh into this, I've only been watching, platforms. Blue Blood's my first platform I ever watched, and that was around the Sean Porter fight.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I've only been watching platforms for about 2-3 years, and I'm telling you, the biggest untapped market, or whatever you want to call it, casuals, is Facebook.
Well, I'm putting it up there. Unfortunately, Facebook is not letting me monetize. They're not paying me for whatever reason yet. But whatever. No matter what Tank actually is, doesn't matter. What matters is the public accepts him as. Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. I think I still have to pick Tank over any 140, 135, and 140 pounder. I'm not saying I'm confident, but I would have to choose Tank. What do you think?
My guy Shakur.
You think Shakur?
That's the ultimate chess match. Honestly, think stylistically, that's one of my favorite fights to see. That's one of my, if I would say top 3, top 5 fight, I want to see that. Just as well as everybody want to see the Bud and Boots. I want to see that chess match. I really want to see that.
Peter
as
Jones.
much as I root for Shakur, and I think that'd be a great fight, I think, man, I hate to say it, I keep it real. I'm not one of those guys that because you're one of my favorite fighters, I'm going to say you're going to win. I think the power is going to be the difference, because even though Shakur is slick and everything, Tank could do everything Shakur could do. I think Shakur is more skilled. Shakur has a little more skills, but it's not like he's way more skilled than Tank. Tank is still skilled enough and slick enough to set up a good shot, and I think that power is going to make a difference. It's not like now if Tank was a guy that was, let's say, a slower guy with the power, Shakur all day.
Right. Clarissa thinks Shakur beats them all. What I think is
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm low key with her on that one. I just think the I don't know. I can't really call that like how when it was the Bud and EJ, I knew for certain Bud was gonna win. I don't think that, even though I do go for Shakur, I just want to say what is gonna happen when Shakur's defense pisses Tank off. If he can't figure it out, if he can't press that button on him, if he can't land that punch that he wouldn't land on him,
well,
what's gonna be next?
That's, if you guys saw my interview with Calvin Ford, that might be why they don't fight him, because he doesn't make it easy for Tank to land that eraser.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Ryan left hook sleeps Shakur.
What?
Do you?
I smoke rocks.
What? I don't know if he watches boxing.
I think he
I
might.
smoke rocks.
I don't think he watches boxing. Whoever said that, go and look at any Ryan fight and look at his feet placement. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say.
Marco super sleeps on Shakur. I don't sleep on Shakur.
You don't.
I just think that I think he has this is why 135, 140 is so amazing for all of us. We're so intrigued because let's be honest, every guy, Haney maybe not so much now, but every guy had the tools to possibly beat all of them. They really do. Like I could see a scenario where all of them beat each other. And that's what's so amazing about the division. So I'm not sleeping on anybody. Like, yes, Shakur could totally.
I definitely don't think you sleep on Shakur. You answer any question every time it comes up, especially about him. When people be flipping on the fighter, they don't even talk about him.
Yep, and Shakur has the legs to keep away and to keep away from any fighter. So he could not get hit.
And Shakur really popping right now because of that fight. So what we gonna talk about?
Yep.
Here's my thing. Does he trust his defense enough? And what I mean by that is he has great defense, right? He's a master at distance. And I don't like judging fighters off bad performances, but based on previous performances that he had against fast twitch punchers, what if he gets too defensive to the point where he steps out of range? You're welcome. Where he's not, how can I say it? Like sometimes he could move a little too much for his own good. You know what I mean? Like the way he did with De Los Santos. If he feels that power, he doesn't show me yet that he trusts his defense like the way a Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker would trust his defense, or Wilfredo Benitez, where they would slip and still be in the pocket to get off good counters. Shakur, I haven't seen that yet against that type of punching.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is, gentlemen, I don't know if we're going to see any of these guys actually fight each other. That's the problem.
I believe we'll see Shakur get in the ring with him.
I mean,
I don't think he'll just be the odd man out for the rest of the time being.
He could have fought Haney, and he didn't. And while I get it, I also don't get it. Like, that would have been his investment in himself. You take one fight, shitty money, but then now you got the belts, you're calling all the shots. But, Floyd, one of the negative things I think Floyd did is made everybody think that, they got to negotiate the most amount of money and everybody has the A side, B side, blah, blah, blah. So now we're all paying for it. What up, Trill? What up, Trill Savage?
Hey, yo, Marco, I'm going to go. Thank you for letting me hop on your platform. What's my man's name?
Low.
Yep. Salute, man. You know what I mean? Good conversation with you guys. You know what I mean, Marco? I'm always tap in every time you go live.
You're the man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Peace out. What a good young man.
Yeah, but so Mark, you really don't think we're gonna get any of those fights between the other guys from the Fantastic Five?
I don't know if we're gonna get them or not, but why the fuck haven't we gotten them so far? What's gonna change? Maybe Haney now, since he lost, he'll be a little more humble and he'll take fights that he maybe, you know what I'm saying? He'll want to prove himself, so maybe he'll fight a Teofimo now or
no. He's not getting it. I was telling us that. No. Right now, Haney is not getting the Teofimo Lopez fight because right now, if Teofimo beats Devin Haney, he's not going to get credit. And if Teo struggles with Devin Haney, it's going to look bad. You struggled against a guy that got destroyed by a quote-unquote C-class fighter, as Devin Haney called him. So with that being said, Devin Haney's going to have to bounce back because his WBC belt at the moment doesn't have any relevance for me, my opinion.
Okay.
Devin Haney needs to go beat Gary Antoine Russell or Richardson Hitchens, just like Teo had to rebounce and beat Josh Taylor and Sandor Martin. Right now, that's where Devin Haney's at right now. If Devin Haney does that or rematches Ryan, then that fight is on. But I think it's going to be more of Teo's going to have to clean up that mess and take out Ryan, and Devin's going to have to go take out a killer. He's not getting a Teo fight. His stock dropped because Teo's not going to get no points for beating Devin Haney. And if he struggles, it's going to look bad. You struggled against a guy that got knocked out by the weakest link, quote unquote. Not me saying it. That's what they say. He's the weakest
I
link.
mean, he was the weakest link.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what link he is. We're still unsure. I
And
am.
not just that, Tio versus Devin Haney right now is not dead, but Devin, just like Manny Pacquiao had to rebuild himself from the Marquez loss to get a Floyd fight, Devin Haney's gonna have to build himself up. Teofimo needs to take care of Claggett, try to get a fight with probably a Subaru Matias afterwards or Ryan Garcia.
Right.
That's what Tio's at right now. Devin Haney, he don't get no points for that. And that belt, he's back to being a paper champion with the WBC, just like he was at 135 when Tio was really the undisputed.
Ryan had that Osterine power up. Yeah, he might have. I mean, he definitely had it in his system. Did it affect his performance? We'll never know. It seems like it probably did, but we don't know.
I'm not gonna get into all that because I don't care about the gossip and the.
I'm
so done with the Devin Haney stuff with Ryan.
I want to see them run it. I think if any fight should be rematched, and now because the fight was so relatively one-sided the first time, nobody wanted to see it again. But now people want to see it again, and it'll generate more money because of the controversy.
Hell yeah, that fight is bigger than ever. They should run it again, but if not,
but Devin doesn't want to do it.
So if Devin don't want to do it, yeah, let Tio do it.
Yeah, but I mean, Tio and Ryan will be dope, but Ryan might. I think he's going to be on suspended now for probably 6 months to a year.
Yeah, well, you figured 6 months. Let's say 6 months. He'll be ready to fight Tio by December.
Yeah. Okay. But Tio's, that's true. And Tio's fighting soon, so he could right. That wouldn't be bad.
And a lot of people giving Tio slack for Claggett, right? Here's the deal. Back in the days, Marco, world champions were fighting 6 times a year. They would fight a weak guy, and then they would have a solid guy, then a weak guy. Tio fought 3 guys back to back that were good. He fought Sandor Martin.
They would fight once a month, sometimes once a week. It was wild back then.
No, but like in the 90s.
Oh, 90s.
On the champ, not even the 80s. Like if you look at Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, their box rec when they were champions, they weren't fighting every week. They were fighting they were fighting 5-6 times a year as champions.
Yeah, like every 2 months, something like that.
Yeah, so Tio fought Sandor, he fought Josh Taylor, fought Jermaine Ortiz. This is a stay busy fight. And then after that, he could either come back in September or December with somebody big.
Haney loses once to a juiced up fighter and his stock drops. Nah, bro, we're still Well, Trill, yes and no. His stock did drop because
the way
motherfuckers can't unsee that. 1. 2, we still don't know if that Osterine even played a part in the victory. Probably did, but it might have not. We don't know. His stock did drop because the old saying, the punch had to land. Now, the drugs could have made him faster, which could have made the punch land where it wouldn't have normally, maybe. But we've all seen Ryan's speed. He's just as fast now as he's always been, right? So unless he's always been on drugs, which might be the case as well, this is what I'm saying. This whole thing goes in circles. We're like dogs chasing our tails with this shit. But his stock does drop because the bottom line is you can't unsee what happened.
He got knocked down 7 times, bro. That fight was supposed to be stopped.
Yes,
that was 7 knockdowns for me. 5.
It was 3. It was 3 technically, right, officially, and then like another. I thought it was 6. Another 3 that weren't called.
Yeah, that fight should have been stopped because at the end of the day, those are the type of beatdowns that ruin fighters. That Devin Haney fight with Ryan Garcia looked a lot like Trinidad against David Reed, but David Reed for the first 6 rounds was looking good. He dropped Trinidad. His athleticism was getting him by. As soon as Trinidad dropped him in the 7th round with that left hook, he was knocking him down damn near every single round. The referee was letting him survive. To his credit, he made it to the bell, but after that fight, he wasn't the same.
Yep.
He wasn't the same after that fight.
Nah, his stock didn't really drop. This is exactly why people scared to fight the best. Look how. Nah, his stock dropped, Trill. I mean, maybe not to you, but what's up, USA?
He could bounce back.
Yeah, he could definitely bounce back.
Yeah, but right now, it got to bounce back. It got to bounce back. It could bounce back, but right now it dropped. That's the reality of it.
Yeah,
it dropped.
Yeah, it did drop, but the most important thing, which people don't realize, the drug, if anything, helped Devin in one way, which is it took a lot of the load psychologically off that loss. When you're undefeated and you lose for the first time, and you lose like that, you're fucked up. But now he has that in his head, like, oh no, maybe he wasn't better than me. You know what I'm saying? So I think it kept him, it kept his part of his mentality still strong. So that's good. And now I wish the dude never took any drugs to begin with, obviously, but it'll be interesting to see. I hope they rematch.
Ryan Garcia is Ryan's very unprofessional. At the end of the day, like I don't want people to think that I'm here just bashing Devin. I'm not one of these Ryan fanboys because, all due respect, the Ryan fanboys can be very, very annoying. I thought the Wilder fans and the Devin fans were bad. I mean, Ryan Garcia can come in the ring with a shotgun and they'll make an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way that he carries himself, he's not holding himself accountable. Maybe he didn't do it. Who knows? But the point is, the way he's going about it is not professional. He's acting like a teenager.
I agree. I've been losing respect for Dev. Any Warrior would want that back. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. Almost anybody would want to get that right back. I'm with you, Eon, 1,000%. You guys have no idea what type of pedostrin is. It's not helping put oxygen in the blood. That's what helps. It stains. It's steroids. It's weak. Okay, so South, you're a lot of no punctuation here. Hooked on phonics would work for you, but I think you're trying to say that it didn't help him much. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say. Ryan took a contaminated supplement that has very low dosage of ostrin. That's what I thought too, Make. But then when I learned about how microdosing works and how it only shows when you start cutting weight at the very end because it attaches to your fat cells, that made me question it too. Like, oh, well, maybe, we don't know. We don't know. Both things are plausible.
Fun fact, Marco. Miguel Cotto wasn't so eager to get back in the ring with Margarito neither. And it wasn't that he was afraid. Because I remember they was talking about it at one point. And all Cotto kept saying was he doesn't want to give him another payday. And then after Cotto had beat Ricardo Mayorga, that's when he changed his tune about Margarito. And then they made that Margarito fight. And that's when Cotto came out. Because he was very quiet. He was very quiet about the
I didn't know
the
that.
allegations.
So he was saying at first he didn't want to fight him?
He was saying that he doesn't want to give him that he doesn't want to give him a payday. But then
Margarito fucked him up. Like he was all fucked up.
When Cotto got his full confidence, because I remember after he lost to Margarito, right? Cotto he knocked out some guy from the UK for a vacant belt. Then he had that rough fight with Joshua Clottey where he got his eye cut, very tough fight. And then he got beat up bad by Manny Pacquiao. He came back with to 154, became a champion, and then he beat Ricardo Mayorga. And then he fought Margarito.
Right. L7, how could this stock drop, but you say the rematch is bigger? Because L7, starting off, Ryan was looked at as a huge underdog, that people thought it wasn't going to be close. So Devin Haney's stock dropped, Ryan's went up, and now with the controversy, that almost evens them out, and now nobody knows what's going to happen. So the fight's bigger than ever because of the anticipation, just like Bud versus Spence. We didn't know who was going to win. That's why.
Yes, Ryan and Devin, that's still a big fight for Devin. Tio and Devin, that fight is not big no more because right now, Devin Haney just got, let's call it for what it is. He got knocked out by Ryan Garcia. And Teofimo Lopez is a champion again. And Tio's not going to get the credit. So in order for that fight to be big again, Devin has to go beat a killer, and Tio has to do what Devin did. Devin cleaned up the Cambosos mess for Tio because that was a mess that Tio had no business leaving behind. That was a mess. Devin had to mop that up twice for him. Now Tio has to return the favor and mop up the Ryan Garcia mess and let Devin go redeem himself with a Gary Antoine Russell, which I don't have him winning, or Subriel Matias, which I don't have him beating Subriel neither. But if Devin can do that and to go against the odds, then Devin and Tio is probably bigger than ever.
We'll see. South of the ring. Okay, so I was told that this kind of drug, while you start losing weight, something about when you lose weight, that makes it more likely. Something about when you lose fat, because it's stored in the fat cells. So when you lose fat, that dumps it into your bloodstream more so. So it doesn't just hide in your fat, but it goes into your blood. and your urine, I guess. No, your urine, not your blood. It goes into your urine and out of your fat cells when you start dropping that fat. And people drop the fat, drop a large amount of fat at the very last couple days before the fight, because that's when they got to, dry out and make weight. So they're dropping that fat, and once it comes out of the fat, then it has nowhere else to go but in the urine, and then that's when it shows. That's the theory I heard. You seem like you know about this. Tell me if that's accurate or not. So when not giving Devin credit after Loma stopped Kimbosis, but he could stop Devin. So we're not giving Devin credit. Huh?
That was a rivalry. A lot of people thought Loma beat Devin Haney. It's not the same. Tio gets credit for the Lomachenko. That fight aged very well.
Yeah. Trill seems like a Devin supporter, which is cool, but you got to be not biased. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some of those guys, some of the Devin guys could be annoying too. All due respect, man. They could, man. The fanboy stuff in boxing is ridiculous. We all got our favorite fighters, right? Like Tio is my favorite fighter, but I hold him accountable. I gave him a load of mess behind the Sandor Martin performance, even though I thought he won. But based on his inability to effectively cut off the ring,
the one where he asked, "Do I still got it?"
Yeah, I went off on him behind that, because and then with the Jermaine Ortiz fight, which I had him winning also, I figured, man, he would have learned from the Sandor performance. That when you fight a guy that runs, that moves around the ring, because Jermaine Ortiz did the same thing that Charlo did. The difference is Canelo knew how to cut the ring off and make it work against the other guy. Canelo's the kind of guy, if you run, Canelo's going to be like, all right, you're going to run, I'm going to hunt you down, I'm going to make you look like a coward. I'm going to cut the ring off on you. If I can't knock you out, I'm going to win every round. If Tio would, because Tio got the athleticism, if he would have effectively cut the ring off, that would have been a wipeout. Even though I had him winning 8-4, but still, you got to know how to cut the ring off against guys that come to run, because that's not boxing what Jermaine did. There's no highlights of him doing anything but running. The best thing he did was circle to his right.
Right.
The whole night.
Androgen receptor and then muscles. People take SARM, so testosterone is more utilized. Well, I don't look, South. I don't know any of this. I can't confirm or deny what you're saying. You seem like you know what you're talking about, but I still don't know if I did hear that the drying out process, the losing weight, the losing water weight process does make that specific drug more detectable in urine tests. That's what I heard. Now, maybe that's not true, but I don't know. I don't know any of this shit. Ryan he looked bigger, but he didn't look necessarily stronger, faster than I've ever seen him. He kind of looked the same. He just had a little more muscle mass to him. Right?
He did fatigue a little bit too.
Oh, he was mad fatigued. He was doing his Victorville roll. He gave away. I had him losing 6 rounds. That's what it was. It's a Victorville roll. That's what it was. He was doing a Victorville roll. I had him losing 6 rounds because he would just
the sushi roll.
He would just earmuff it and Victorville roll it and then hold.
See, if he does like that little roll he was doing, Devin was supposed to do what Floyd did with Arturo Gotti. Remember, Arturo Gotti was doing like a little roll, the Jersey City roll himself, Floyd was hitting him with that right hand to the body.
He was rolling right into Floyd's fists. Jesus.
Yeah, but Floyd was hitting him with that. He'll hit him with that right to the body and then turn him and hit him with the right to the head, like
hard. He would step to the side because he knew that. I'm gonna put out a video of that of one of my beautiful violence series.
That was a beatdown, bro.
He stepped to the side where he knew he'd be almost behind Gotti because the way Gotti would bend down and defend, and he just had all free range on this motherfucker's like.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do with Ryan when he does the Victorville roll. Yep. Hit him to the body and spin around. Devin was just sitting there touching him to the body with the right hand. See, if Tio fights him, Tio's gonna hit him with that right hand and give him different angles. Tank was kind of doing that himself too, but
Yep, absolutely. Shout to Southpaw. He's keeping it real. You mean south of the ring? Who the hell Southpaw? No, the hell he didn't. Okay, these guys are going at it.
Well, I was gonna tell you. So, Marco, you're gonna be on the East Coast doing that fight for the Tank fight? You're gonna be out here?
I'm not going. I'm not leaving the East Coast anytime soon. So yeah.
So I was gonna say, what's up, man? I'm going to a sports bar in Jersey. I'm trying to get a few people together so I can make reservations. It's right across the Hudson River. It's called the Highwood. It's a sports bar where they got huge TVs. So I'm trying to find a spot to
Jersey
see.
Of all places.
Jersey's nice, man. It's right across the water. I used to live in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's right there in Imperial. I mean, I watch it out here too. It don't matter, man. But I want to catch it at a sports bar but I could sit down and have 2 TVs in front of me and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Let me know. Let me know if I'm around. I'll come by. Listen, Devin was certain to meet his fate in his career. His handler should have taken full responsibility for all the false hyping. All right, now we're wiling out a little bit. Look, Devin is talented boxer, fighter. He is not. Okay, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. He looked great against Regis. He looked awful against Ryan. I don't know. Jury's out.
I mean, Devin. Listen, Devin's still a hell of a fighter. Don't get me wrong. Devin's still a heck of a fighter. It's just that when a fighter's being groomed, the way they were really building him up, the way he lost, it wasn't like he really got beat up bad. Like you never seen any of the four kings when they all fought each other. Nobody beat each other up like that. You seen a one-punch knockout. You seen the third round knockout. But those fights were all competitive. Like Devin was getting hit with shots. He wasn't making no adjustments at all.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not something that happens on a high level.
We can't compare those guys to the four kings because the four kings, when they fought each other, they had dominated up to that point. These dudes have done well, but against the competition, they weren't the same. Some of those guys were already legends. Robinson and Duran were already legends at that point.
Robinson and Leonard.
Hagler was excuse me, Leonard. Leonard, Duran, and Hagler were already legends. Hearns was the only one who was kind of coming up. Like,
and
these kids now are not legends. They're trying to be, but they're not.
They're not moving at the pace, like you said, because right now, with due respect, Tank Davis should have already beaten guys like Lomachenko. He should have fought Gabby Russell. Tank Davis right now should have been like a legend with the guys that was around him, the guys that were calling him out that he could have fought.
Yeah.
Even though his resume did get better, it did age. Definitely, I got Tank in my top 5 pound for pound. But there's some fights he didn't have, and like these guys didn't really do as much. Duran was already considered the greatest lightweight ever by the time he fought Sugar Ray.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Duran, absolutely. And he just kept going up. I think he won a title. He might have won a super middleweight.
No, middleweight.
Not super?
No, his last belt he won. His last
You sure?
belt. Yeah, I think it was Iran Barkley. If he won a super middleweight, probably NABF. Probably.
Man. I think now you're gonna make me look it up. Roberto Duran. That was super middleweight against Barkley. I could have swore.
No, it was middleweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, middleweight. And you know what's crazy? He started at 119. Fun fact.
I know. He started light.
Not even 135. 119, bro.
Iran Barkley. Damn, that's crazy. Let's see.
Iran sparked the guy that sparked Duran.
Not even. Yeah, you're right. Middleweight. They both weighed in at 159, 156. But Duran did fight at 68.
He did.
He did challenge Ray Leonard for the super middleweight. That's what he lost. Let me see. Did he win a super middleweight belt? No. Damn. But he was at super middleweight. I remember seeing him fight at super middleweight. I'm like, damn, he's going up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he
was still competitive, though.
You know what his heaviest weight was that he fought at?
Super middleweight, right?
Nah, he fought at light heavy in 99. Duran fought at light.
Duran was getting work.
He must have been damn near 50 years old in 99 because he was fighting in the 60s.
I'm surprised Duran is not a trainer because Duran has a lot. Like if let's say I was if I was serious about boxing and I was going to train, become a fighter, Duran is one of the guys I would like to have train me. Like I watched so much footage of him. Like there's a video with him teaching Anthony Joshua some little inside tricks, and then you actually see him doing those actual moves and actual fights. Like Duran wasn't just talking the talk. Duran really knew what he was doing in that ring, bro. Like he's one of the best inside fighters of all time. Very tricky, very crafty, underrated defense.
Damn. So Hector Camacho has wins over Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. Ain't that some shit?
Yep.
Damn.
Even if they were old, he still got them.
Your fellow Boricua. Good for him.
Yeah. Camacho's look at his resume. His resume was crazy.
He's dope. He just unfortunately, Chavez and De La Hoya whooped his ass. But other than that, he did pretty good.
Trinidad beat him too.
Right. Trinidad beat him. That I'm surprised. I thought he could have had the speed. I thought he could have had the speed and the movement to beat Trinidad.
Yeah,
Trinidad seemed more holy to me.
But
like,
he was so
hold.
small though. He was so small though. Like even if he moved around, it's hard to get away from them long arms. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah, that's true. All right, man. I'm gonna wrap this up. Good chopping it up. If you want to tell the people where to find you, go for it.
Say no more, man. Yo, Marco, thank you for having me on the platform. Everybody on the chat, you guys can follow me on Low Nose Boxing. At the shows on the avatar, that's LO, and then Nose, KNOWS, and Boxing. Also on Instagram.
Word up. All right, peoples. Appreciate you. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out. I will try to go live maybe tomorrow afternoon, but definitely again tomorrow night, as per the usual. Yeah, and appreciate you guys again, as usual. Peace.